While the brain-dead sheeple masses have chosen to suspend critical thinking and believe everything that comes out of fake stream media with regard to COVID-19 and the Johns Hopkins fear porn death map numbers that are projected on virtually every living room screen throughout the entire world, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation have been busy teaming up with entities like the United Nations, Visa, and MasterCard in a full-blown effort to eliminate cash from society and go completely to digital currency. And we just can't let that happen. This is called a gold back. If you've never seen one, what I'm holding in my hand is, I'll show you where it says it. This is literally when I say literally, I mean literally. This is 1/20th of a troy ounce of real gold. This is made from gold. This is literally 1/20th of an ounce of real gold. This right here is 1/40th of a troy ounce of real gold. 24, not regular gold. This is 24 karat gold. Look at that. Difficult, if not impossible to duplicate. Has its own serial number. Goldback.com. Where do you get these goldback tokens? Guys, I do not get a kickback from this. This is very literally sound money. There's exchange rates. You can switch your fiat currency notes. People in Utah, shops in Utah are actually accepting this as real money. The only way we stop this digital currency thing, and the only way we get rid of fiat dishonest, unsound money is by going to another alternative. We the people standing together going, nope, we're accepting this and you will accept this too. This is what we're going to accept. Sound money. We don't accept unsound money anymore. We don't accept dishonest money because every time we use dishonest money, like it or not, we're supporting the Zionist international banking cartel. Every time I use a dollar, or every time I use my credit card, I'm supporting the Zionist international banking cartel. They're siphoning money from us every single day. Look at this. Not only, I mean, these things are beautiful. Look at this. There's the $1. This is 1/1000th. This is literally 1/1000th of a troy ounce of gold. Look at that. And where you get it is goldback.com. I'm not affiliated with them. You can hold gold in your hands. Real physical gold. 24 karat gold. Look at that. People are always going, Brian, you don't ever have any solutions. You always come up with the problem. You don't end up with, there's no solution inside with you, Brian. First of all, the solution is morality. Be a moral, good person. Don't do to others what you wouldn't want done to you. And that'll spread like wildfire, but it's got to start with you. If it is to be, it's up to me. Be the change you want to see in this world. Do you want to see pedophiles running free? Do you want to see bankers ripping people off and economically raping people for the rest of their lives? Do you rip people off? Do you hit people? Do you initiate unjust force and violence on people who haven't done anything wrong? Then not only should you not do that to other people, don't initiate unjust force. Don't accept it out of others. Don't accept it when a badged law enforcer comes and initiates unjust force and violence on anybody. Gather around that person. Come alongside of them. Support them. Decry those actions in anybody. I don't care if they're a black-robed tyrant of the Supreme Court. I don't care if they have a suit and tie on and they call themselves a congressman or a senator. I don't care if they call themselves a president of the United States issuing out decrees and executive orders. I don't care if they're the mayor of your town. I don't care what hat they wear or what color their skin is. If they do wrong, they should be punished by society. If they steal from people through economic theft with the fiat currency Ponzi scheme that we've seen, they need to be punished. They need to be brought to justice. All bankers, all politicians need to be brought to justice. What is the answer to SB 3571? I guess I just got one word: goldbacks. Goldbacks are the answer. This is goldback.com. I'm going to leave this and all the links of everything that we talked about tonight. It says Goldback is the world's first voluntary. And see, that's the thing about fiat currency. It's not a voluntary system. It's a system of theft. It's a system tied to corruption. It's a system tied strictly and intrinsically, indelibly to the Zionist international banking cartel. The goldback is the world's first voluntary complementary currency to be made of a spendable, beautiful, small denomination physical gold. And then it's got the beginnings of the Goldback Project truly began in a spirit with the passage of the Utah Legal Tender Act in 2011. They even made this, they put it into their law books in Utah, which recognized certain types of gold as currency within the state. Since that time, the technology to mint gold into spendable forms for small transactions. See, that's been the problem with gold. It's been hard to divide. It's heavy. It's hard to, units of measure. But these are perfect units of measure that you can put in a wallet that you can spend just like you spend fiat currency. Only it's real currency. It's sound money. When you're giving one of these to somebody for that latte or for those tennis shoes or for that electronics equipment, you're actually giving them sound money. And you're actually promoting honest trade. When we engage in the fiat currency Ponzi system and the Ponzi scheme, we're all engaging in a corrupt, dishonest system. It's an immoral system. Since that time, the technology to mint gold into spendable forms for small transactions has come to fruition. Goldbacks may be used almost anywhere in the world for barter transactions. Goldback Inc. is using cutting-edge vacuum deposition technology to circulate gold as it never has before. And then you can click on this link for a more complete history of it. Our goal, we're working to make it possible for anyone to have a choice on whether or not they want their regular spending money to be subject to inflation. The goldback, that's another thing. When you earn money, quote unquote money, let's just call it currency, the fiat notes. I don't have one on my desk. When you earn a fiat note, like it or not, that is the product of your time and laboring energies, but it doesn't just sit there. It's subject to the hidden tax called inflation. It drips away value. And with the launching of QE, Infinity, and the federal open market operations constantly buying hard assets with funny money, with quantitative easing instead of quantitative tightening, with the lowering of the interest rates, our dollar is, the value of our dollar, what's left of it, is being eaten away day by day. You can see that in food prices. Now meat is up to, it's year over year, it's up 31% for meat. Chicken's gone up, meat's gone up, fish has gone up. There's certain things that haven't gone up, but guys, wait, we are going to experience what the Weimar Republic experienced. We can't not. You can't continue to dilute the money supply and not have to eventually bring wheelbarrows of money to get that loaf of bread. Robert Mugabe did it in Zimbabwe when he hyperinflated the Zimbabwe dollar. They were creating $100 trillion notes. That's how ridiculous it got. Think about it, $100 trillion notes to buy 3 eggs. We're working to make it possible for anyone to have a choice whether or not they want their regular spending money to be subject to inflation. The goldback is meant to be the best physical complementary currency for retaining value. Our goal is for people to be able to pay for anything with the goldback, whether it's a new home or a lemonade. Each goldback is at least valued at the current rate on goldback.com by business. Currently, it's at $3.25. When I first heard about them, it was like $2.58 or something like that. The goldback solves the 2,600-year-old problem in that gold can be spent in small interchangeable increments. Some people feel like there may come a day when regular fiat currency will no longer retain much of its value due to some economic, political, or natural disaster. And guys, historically, all fiat currencies settle at their normative valued state of zero. There's been over 600 currencies tried in the history of mankind, and the dollar will not escape that zero-sum game. It's going there. May take a little while, and it has taken a little while. It's amazing the dollar's worth anything. It's amazing the dollar has any perceived value, but there's a reason it does. Because we struck a deal with OPEC, and now it's become the petrodollar. It's backed by oil, which means that if Japan wants oil, they have to convert their currency into dollars to get oil. So there's this constant demand for dollar. And pretty much any country on the planet that needs oil for energy, and they all do, they all need energy to survive. If they want that oil, they have to buy dollars to get it. That was our arrangement with OPEC. That was the deal struck between Nixon and King Faisal in the Middle East. And that deal is still going today. And the reason they had to make that deal is because they broke their Bretton Woods agreement, pegging the dollar to $35 an ounce gold. Charles de Gaulle found out, hey, what's going on? You're spending way too much money in the Vietnam War. I'm stuck with all these notes. I want my gold back. Goes across the Atlantic, gets his gold back. And then Nixon closes the gold window to protect the dollar from the speculators. Oh, yeah, right. Thanks, Nixon. What he was really doing was decoupling the gold from the dollar from gold and ruining our economy in the process. Then inflation just went straight up from there. Over the past century, hundreds of fiat currencies have had their values wiped out. For this reason, many people hold some amount of gold and silver. However, it may be difficult to spend a theoretical $1,500 gold or even an $80 silver coin for the purchase of toilet paper. If an EMP blast wipes out the power grid for several months, it makes sense to keep a portion of this hedge in gold bags. And what I'm looking for is to have this be more than a hedge, but this becomes the way of life. This becomes the way of life. No digital to it. You have the hard gold asset in your hands right here. This isn't a certificate for gold. This is gold itself. So what is the answer to SB 3571? What's the answer to SB 3571? What's the answer to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation wanting to just completely dominate the digital currency field? What is the answer to Visa wanting to, in their words, the central entity computer causes removal of the physical currency from circulation in the fiat currency system, making it go all to digital? What's the answer? Real physical gold or real physical silver. And guys, I'm telling you, I'm not getting any kickback from Goldbacks. Goldbacks.com is not paying me to say this. This is something I know to be, I'm holding it in my hand. I don't have to believe. Belief is the enemy of knowledge. Knowledge is the enemy of belief. I know that I have 1/20th of a troy ounce of gold in my hand right here. This is intrinsically worth something, and nobody has to tell me I have to believe in anything. I don't have to believe in the fiat Ponzi scheme tooth fairy. And they can't, they can paper trade gold and silver and manipulate it for now, but they won't be able to do that ad infinitum because when the currency completely dissolves and gold and silver go through the roof. By the way, you know what the dollar to currency ratio is right now? Check this out. You can find all this information on my website. Watch this. If you go to my website, everything's free. Go to my website, highimpactflix.com. And there's so many tools at your disposal. One of the very first tabs is the national debt clock right here, the national debt clock. Click on that right there. National Debt Clock has a really good overview of what's going on in the economy. It has a real good overview because a lot of people, I'm going to show you two things real quick before we talk about the paper to gold ratio. A lot of people get stuck on this number right here, this $26.6 trillion worth national debt. Guys, that's not our national debt. And even this down here, let me show you. Unfunded liabilities. If you add unfunded liabilities to that $26.6 trillion, look what it is. It's $153,904,498,000,000 and whatever thousand. That's our, if you count unfunded liabilities of Social Security and Medicare, you got over 153 trillion above board books. That's on this side of the books. There are books that the Federal Reserve won't let you see. It's probably so obscene you can't wrap your head around it. I can't wrap my head around a trillion, guys. Again, what is $1 trillion? If you break it down into seconds, if you earn $1 a second, you earn $86,400 a day or $31.5 million a year. How long will it take you to earn your first $1 trillion at $1 for every second you're alive? You would have to be alive for 31,709 years. That's how big a trillion is. So when we're talking about $26 trillion deficit, or we're talking about 153 trillion counting unfunded liabilities, the Social Security and Medicare, you're talking about a number you can't possibly comprehend. You have to be alive for 31,709 years, making $1 a second to earn your first $1 trillion. They talk about trillion like it's nothing. Oh yeah, trillion here, 2.2 trillion there. I never signed anything with a T on it before, Trump says. Look what the dollar to gold ratio is right now. I'm going to blow this up for you. Dollar to gold and the dollar to silver ratio. Let's blow it up nice and big so you can see it. The dollar to silver ratio is $4,000 per ounce for silver. It used to be $2.64 per ounce. The dollar to gold ratio used to be $29 an ounce. Now it's $30,674 per ounce when you factor in the inflation and all the manipulation nonsense they're doing with silver and gold right now. Yeah, they're paper trading it. Yeah, JP Morgan is manipulating it. They've been manipulating for a long, long time. But there's a way around this, guys. Even the common man can hold real physical gold. See, the problem is most people don't even have $10 or 2 nickels to rub together. 25% of Americans are unbanked because they can't afford to put money in. They don't have money to put in the bank, is one of the reasons. And as we talked for this short period of time, just this last 3 minutes, we went another, what, $3 million into debt? It's obscene, it's absurd, it's criminal. Please like and share this video with everybody you know, guys. This is super important information. I try to keep it as short as possible and make everything as streamlined as possible. All the links for everything that I talked about will be in the description and in the pinned comment of the YouTube video that this produces. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video. While we have time and it still retains some of its perceived value, maybe it'd be a good idea to convert your worthless fiat into valuable, storable food. Don't be the one who waits till the food riots start happening. You don't want to be fighting panicking people in the store over that last jar of peanut butter. At Prepare with High Impact Flicks, you can get up to 3 air and watertight gasket sealed ammo cans, each filled with a 4-week emergency supply. 7 food varieties, 2,000 calories a day, 284 servings, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and each meal comes in a resealable, heavy-duty 4-layered pouch. And it's got a 25-year shelf life. Every order of a 4-week supply gets you $100 off plus free shipping. Here's how simple it is to make. I'm going to cook up some Granny's home-style potato soup. People are going to think I'm a culinary hero. You open the pouch, boil 4.5 cups of water, stir the contents, simmer on low heat for 15 to 20 minutes, take it off the heat, then let it set for 2 to 3 minutes before you serve it up.
Man, this stuff's so good. People are going to think Granny stopped by and filled your kitchen with a whole bunch of love.
Well, if Granny does stop by, she's going to fill your behind with a whole bunch of buckshot if you keep talking with your mouth full. Wipe your dang beard off. It's embarrassing. So maybe convert some of your worthless fiat into valuable food while you still can. Order now and get $100 off of up to 3 4-week emergency food supplies at preparewithhighimpactflix.com. The link is in the description.